Did Will Smith just punch Chris Rock at the Oscars? Hey, welcome back to Try What True episode 21, even though that was 26. Welcome to episode 21 of Try But True. Fun facts about 21 is I'm also doing one. Wow, that's crazy. Now, if I sound over it, it is because I just recorded this episode and then my iPad, my camera storage. Sorry, the people in the studio across didn't see the on-air sign apparently and are yelling to each other in the foyer of the UCFM studios. So that was my lip gloss. Anyway, but yeah, I'm 21. It's 21. It's the only time in Try But True history that I'm gonna be the same age as Try But True. Isn't that crazy? Oh my god, I'm gonna punch them in the face. What? And also, why is there 17 of them? That would be an awful podcast. Sorry, but 17 people in one podcast. Hey, that sounds awful. I think a podcast can't be more than 3 people. Controversial topic, I'm sure, but I think if a podcast or a radio show or anything has more than 3 regular hosts, bad, boring, suck, they should all die. And am I saying this because they're annoying me? Yes. Am I also saying it because, hey, guess what? It was a group of men. Hey, guess what? Yes, it was, obviously. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But yeah, as I was saying, I recorded it and it didn't work. So, and I also have about 20 minutes to record it. So this is going to be a short episode. First, before anything, peep the look, the makeup look. First, red look I've done in a while. Mainly because I've been in the exact same beat every single day, which is basically just this by neutrals and a different lip color. Oh my god, I really can't be fucked doing this episode. Hey, sorry, shittier episode. I'll be honest, I'm really tempted to do like a clip show or something. I won't do a clip show, chill out, but I could. Anyway, can they actually fucking leave? Sorry. Hey, you're done recording. Can you please leave the studio? Because I can hear you. And you're not the only people here. Why are you yelling? I hate men so much. They are so dumb. They are the only people in the world apparently like have some common sense. Like they can't hear me because I'm not screaming at the top of my lungs and I have my door shut and everything. They can probably hear me now. I don't know. And they keep looking at me. Hey, girl. I didn't look at you when you were recording because it puts you off. Hey, guess what? When you're recording a podcast, you don't really want to be watched live. That's why I got rid of the live studio audience. Also, thank God they fucking left. Sorry. I'm going on a rant because I'm angry. I'm not angry. I'm tired and I'm exhausted. But I'm pissed off. Hey. You know what? I'm going to post a clip of this. I'm not. Or am I? Yeah, I am. I'm going to prepare to, and then I might not post it. But anyway. Hey. Everyone else who does a UCFM podcast, if you are seeing this, shut the fuck up when your door's open when you're recording. Everyone can hear you. Shh. Especially when someone else is recording. Because, hey, I just had a bunch of people yapping out in the common area, yapping around when I'm trying to record my amazing, the greatest podcast in the planet, this phenomenal piece of art, Tried But True, and all I hear is yap, yap, yap. Not even about the podcast you're recording. You're all just having a chat before you leave. Why don't you leave and then chat? You know what I mean? We can hear you, okay? You are heard. And that's the point of you doing a podcast. You want to be heard, you're heard. That's your mouth. When your door of your studio is open, when someone else is recording, especially when the door's closed and the mic is on, all you want. Talk about whatever. I might even listen to it. I don't care. Do all this all you want. But especially when someone else, and that someone else is me, this, if I can hear it, needs to be this. Capiche? Okay, don't want to speak to you about this again. Anyway, so what I was going to talk about in this episode, which I probably will, I have two things, because it's the only things I kind of have been seeing today and the last few days that is like kind of worth talking about, is Chappell Roan and the paparazzi and the Manosphere. So Chappell Roan and the paparazzi, I think it is insane that in 2026, and this is a running theme, okay? These two are related. That's why I'm talking about both. But anyway, it's insane that in today's age, in 2026, with all this knowledge we have, all this knowledge that not only do we have, but we have access to, people cannot put two and two together. Now, I know that's what technology is doing. I know that this is a bigger problem than just I don't know, than just like social media or just celebrity. But I'm talking about it through the lens of celebrity. So with Chappell Roan, when she is being harassed by the paparazzi and she says, "Hey, back the f*** off, please leave me alone," and then she films them, how the fuck is she the bad guy? Honestly, how is a woman, because let's be honest, if it was a man, Harry Styles did that. Say if he said, "Hey, leave me the fuck alone, I don't want to be followed by you right now." Just like people like Justin Bieber have. Do you think their response would be, "Oh my god, he's so ungrateful, oh my god, if you didn't want this, you shouldn't have became a celebrity. You shouldn't have, and that's on you. You should just deal with it"? Would that be the conversation? No, it wouldn't. It was like, "Oh my god, paparazzi sucks. Why do we still have this?" Like, and then the bigger conversation of why do we still have that type of magazine, like the what's it called? Like trashy magazines where it's like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the gossip ones. Give me the name of it. I know you're saying it right now. I know you're watching me or you're listening to me and you're like, "Jasper, it's Yugo and Yuhu." I don't know, okay? Just tell me psychically. Tell me telepathically. Fine, don't tell me. Anyway, so that would be the conversation. So why is Chappell Roan especially, but it happens with every famous woman, every woman who complains, is somehow the villain, is somehow the perpetrator. Like, it's insane. Like, how can you see things like that? How can you see the reaction to Chappell Roan? How can you see the narratives around people like that? And you know what? I'm going to bring up Harry Styles because I hate Harry Styles for similar reasons, but also opposite. And also, I just think he's a bad musician. But I think Harry Styles is horrifically overhyped and is actually closer to what people describe like Taylor Swift as he's actually not that good of a songwriter. The songs are fine. The songs are fine, at the very least. But what I more have a problem with is his presentation. Because I think I've talked about this either here or on my Instagram story. My account here. Follow me if you don't. My issue is that he will wear the fuggliest piece of outfit, of costume, of clothing possible. And oh my god, he's a fashion icon. Oh my god, he's so innovative. But then, a woman will wear a objectively good dress to her Oscars, and we've seen that before. Boo! That's not flattering. We've seen so many black dresses on the black carpet, on the black tie red carpet. What the hell? That's so weird. Mind you, every man is in a black tuxedo. Maybe a white one. Hey, maybe one with color in it. But hey, guess what? It is always a suit of some kind. And maybe they'll throw in a short. But it will always be butternut or jacket, pants and short loafer. Always. But anyway, but my problem is, with Harry Styles, is I hate when male adequacy, male below averageness is treasured more than female excellence. Period. Oh my, that ate down. Holy shit. Period. That's what I'm saying. Male averageness is celebrated more than female excellence. I said it better the first time. Anyway, but yeah. So that's what my issue is. And like, especially when they perform femininity in a bad way. I'm sorry, it's bad. Like, have you seen some of those outfits he's worn? And now he doesn't, actually no, he still does it. He wears a skirt. It's a little better, but it's still weird and it's still ugly. You know what I mean? Okay, separate topic, but still misogyny, because we're talking about misogyny today. The Manosphere thing. So there was a documentary, I haven't watched it. It was the guy who, I know him from this, but he had that rap remix, and it was like, my money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. You want to see me in something, blah blah blah, Fiat or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, but he hosted it, and I assume he's a famous documentarian, interviewer, or whatever. But it was about the Manosphere, and like, which is like, from what I know, is like the red-pilled content online. It spills out of online, but it's primarily online, where, like, look maxing, high value men, high value women, alpha males, all that stuff. And it's absolutely insane. Not that exists, because obviously it exists, and it's existed for a long time, and women have been talking about it for years. What is insane is that apparently I thankfully have not seen it firsthand. I've only seen people reacting to it, but apparently a lot of people have watched this documentary and been like, what? This is real? What? Men are still sexist and misogynist and do all these crazy things and hate women? What? And it took a man to tell you that? It took one man, one guy, to hop in a director's chair and say, hey, saying you're a high value man and that woman's low value if she has a high body count, that's not cool. That's bad, and it happens and you shouldn't do it. That's when you like, oh my god, holy hell, what the frick. But when women are like, hey, so talking about all these things and how women don't deserve rights and how women belong in the kitchen and how you miss the days of the 1950s where men hit their wives and they couldn't escape because divorce wasn't legal and women couldn't open credit cards. When you want to go back to times like that, it's pretty dangerous for women, and it can lead to a lot of violence to women. You're being dramatic. Girl, chill. Well, they're not talking like that because they're DL. But you know what I mean. They're like, what? No, that's not real. Sexism isn't real anymore. We got rid of that. We got rid of that and racism back in the 90s. What? Mind you, the people saying, oh, racism and sexism and misogyny and homophobia, that's not real anymore. Mind you, they're saying the N-word, they're saying the F slur, they're calling women bitches, they're making women get back in the kitchen jokes. When their friends tell them about a gross story, how they sexually assaulted a woman, they laugh at that story because it's a funny story to them, or they don't mention it, or at best, they will be like, "Oh, don't leave your girl around them. They'll get them basically, but they'll still be friends with that person." Hey, also just in general, if your friend or if people you know say crazy shit that you don't agree with, or say, okay, I'm gonna use an example that I've just done like the last minute because I didn't have a realization, but I grew up and I decided. But I have someone who I went to high school with who is still actively friends with a lot of my friends from high school. Like that whole group is still intact where they live, and I go and I see them a lot. I've seen this person. I talk to them. We're friendly. Whatever. I follow them on Instagram. Lately, they have been really down a anti-Semitic rabbit hole where not even like subtle anti-Semitic, like being anti-Semitic. Like at first, the first couple times I saw stuff, I was like, are you just pro-Palestine or do you hate Jewish people? It became you hate Jewish people. Literally in his bio, he has a phrase that is very anti-Semitic, is very white supremacist. And hey, guess what? If you listen to this podcast and you know him and you're like, is that? Yes, it is. Anyway, I unfollowed him because I don't want to see that. So yeah, basically, or also we're about to go into a world war probably. I love life. Yes. Lol, everything is so amazing right now. This was an angry podcast episode. I'm sorry, I didn't make any jokes, and I don't feel like making jokes because I'm tired. And you know what? I don't really talk about politics. I do talk about politics a lot on this episode, on this podcast, but I feel like I don't say what I truly think a lot of the time. Like I say a very watered down version of what I believe most of the time, and that's changing. Starting with this episode, the woke mind virus episode. Anyway, hey, sorry about the audio both right now and in that old clip. I had to use the iPad audio because I can't find my microphone right now, and last time it stopped working for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, I thought I'd come back because quite frankly, when I recorded, I was a little bit angry, believe it or not, and it wasn't really a very fun episode. We talked a lot about serious stuff, which I still stand by. I'm at home, and I'm home alone for hopefully a good 10-20 minutes, but who knows. So if the people I live with hear me, anyway, so I thought to kind of balance this episode out, I would bring back Put You On because I haven't done it, especially in the original sense, in a long time. And I feel like I've been listening to a lot of music lately, and yes, and some of it is pretty cool. Yes, some of it is pretty cool. Hopefully you can hear all this because I'm talking quite quietly because I'm having a microphone right here. Anyway, a lot of what I've been listening to, admittedly, I am in a very big Bears and Tree vibe, which I talked about a while ago. I don't know what episode, I'm not going to look it up. But I'm back into them, pretty much the same songs as always, but especially Flower Power, Good Rhymes for Bad Times, Left, Right, Good Night, some character development, songs like that I really like. Also, I really like Pop Nut Soda. They're like a cover band that does kid show themes. And I know that because I heard the Ben 10 theme on TikTok a while ago and it's been stuck in my head since. So now I listen to it constantly. and I don't know why, but I'm very much obsessed with that song. This Kiss by Faith Hill, also really obsessed with that. Same vein, Strawberry Kisses by Nikki Webster, obviously. What else? Zara Larsson. Oh my god, I have talked about Zara Larsson, but I am so big on her, and I started her the album with Ruin My Life. I forget what it's called, and I can't be bothered looking it up. But on that, there's like, hang on, I can just look it up. Whoa, hang on. Sorry, I'm talking really a lot. Oh yeah, I really like Poster Girl, Last Summer, and Well from whatever that album is. It's not the same vibe as Midnight Sun, obviously, because Midnight Sun was a whole vibe changer, and that's why it's successful and blah, 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 blah. But I really like that too. And then obviously like Stateside. Speaking of Pink Panthers and that remix album, Romeo with Rachel Sonori. I very much have mispronounced that. I don't know any of the other work, but I really like that song. Flower of Love, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I don't really care. I back into them with Boys, I'm Your First, I've Seen Your Ex, Breaking News, Casual Lady, stuff like that. Podcast, same as always. Nobody Asked is my favorite. I love that podcast so much. I've been getting back into the Mitch Troy chat show, which I have talked about in another episode. I was actually critical of it because I know of him and I enjoyed his first podcast. Is It Just Me with Mitchell Coombs, and I liked that, so I listened to this, but I didn't really like it, and then I didn't like that he did an episode with Tyra Banks, because I don't like Tyra Banks. I don't think she's a good person, and the whole hot ice cream thing is a scam, which people have been saying for a while. I don't know why it's only taken this documentary, which I haven't talked about, won't watch, and will not talk about, because I don't care that much. It's insane that it took that for people to be like, hey, she's kind of crazy. Not crazy, but she's kind of weird, and we really don't need to love her that much. But yeah, I've been listening to episodes specifically with people I like as guests. So I've started the PRC one. I'm sure there's another one. I'm probably going to watch the Maisie Peters one, because I do like it. And they are kind of funny, and I like the co-host, which is kind of how I feel about every Mitch Churi thing I've seen, where I prefer his co-host more. But hey, I like it because they bounce off him, so compliments to him, I guess. Same thing with the comment section with Drew Follow, which I always love, but I don't have time because I like to watch it, and I don't have time to watch things. I do have time. I don't like watching things. I prefer listening, but for some reason I like listening to that or watching that. But she had one with Taylor Tomlinson recently that I really liked. She's actually had a few bangers recently. She has one with Chrissy Klepeka that I want to watch. Speaking of, she has a new song, Andromeda. Phenomenal song. I love that song generally so much. It's insane how good it is. It's very gay. Love everything about it. Also, I am so hot because I turned off my fan. Holy Jesus. On the podcast, The Roast with Lockie McIntyre and Eden McGovern, which, hey, is in fact the host of Nobody Asked. That's why I like it, but they have a lot of guest hosts. I've enjoyed the episodes I've seen, which, speaking of, was Mitch Churi on it. Because, hey, for some reason, actually not for some reason, but I feel like when I consume internet personalities, I suppose, it's from the same two groups. It's from there's an American group, and then there's an Australian group. The Australian group is Mitch Tree, Mitchell Coombs, Lockie McIntyre, Eden McGovern, Molly McCran, Blake Pavey, stuff like that, and they all know each other and they're all kind of friends. Same with the American, which is Brittany Broski, Caleb Heron, Drew Follow, Taylor Tomlinson. Well, she's not on the internet, she's just a comedian, but you know what I mean. But yeah, like, I feel like all the people I like know each other and are friends, or at least colleagues, which I guess makes sense because they make similar content. So yeah, that's the end of the episode. Bye.